Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So Eachine finally made a budget-friendly VTX which has a 5-volt regulator as well as smart port to actually control it, and it even has a microphone, which is pretty crazy. So as you guys all know, and I have come to love the Eachine TX5258 because it's 11 bucks and it never has any issues. The output's up to 600 milliwatts and it's a 48 channel receiver. However, the wires are pretty crappy, but that's not about the bad thing about this guy. So I have so many of these guys and I've been using them all my life. How some people do complain that you do get some, channel bleeding, some frequency bleeding to other channels, which makes it absolutely difficult to fly to other people. However, I've never tested that, but this is what I've heard. So take that into consideration. Eachine just actually released a newer version of the budget-friendly one, which is this guy. As you can tell, he's slightly bigger, but he's bigger because of a couple more things. One, he has a couple more caps. He has a 5-volt regulator, as you can see, switching regulator, which is very good. You do have a microphone up there, so that's pretty awesome. It's a little bit bigger, like I mentioned, but overall, at least, the wires are silicone now, so that's going to make everything a lot easier than usual. So I really like that. So this thing is pretty unique. However, you need to take something into consideration. It does not have pit mode, but can be controlled through the Betaflight OSD, I think using the Tramp protocol, and we'll be doing a video on that later on, how to set this guy up. So it takes a 7 to 24 volts input. It does have, the video in, it does have 2 grounds. You also have a 5-volt output and a smart audio port all the way on the back. So as you can see here, it comes with this, and it does come with a rubber ducky antenna. And you do get your manual, which does not specify what protocol to use, but I'm guessing it's a Tramp protocol here. So this can be good for a couple reasons. One, it could be cleaner than this. And another thing, what is possibly super awesome about this is I'm going to do some kind of unique testing on this guy. I'm going to compare these two and check how clean that 5-volt regulator on board is, because there's a coil right there, so it's going to have some kind of resistance against noise, and in theory should perform a little bit better than usual. So I really want to test the 5-volt regulator on board with some noise, just direct noise hitting this guy, simulated noise, which I think would be pretty interesting. So this thing goes for around 16 bucks right now, which I think is a very good price. It is a little bit bigger, and obviously it's not stackable, but I really like the stackable version. So hopefully Eachine is watching and they can make a stackable version of this. I think it'll sell like crazy. I know if it's, if it's around 15 bucks, I would instantly transfer from this to the newer stackable versions. It would be pretty cool. So as you can see, it's also 72 channel VTX here. And it outputs up to 800 milliwatts. It is selectable, and you can also control it through this button here. And you got your 3 presses, 2 presses to change everything. So you have one of those. And they're also stating that it even has overheat protection, which basically means if it gets hot, it's just going to turn off in the middle of the air. So, well, most VTXs just burn themselves, so this one will just shut down. And that's the same issue that was going on with the first Diatone GT200. Because it was outputting its real output power, that it was basically, overheating and then just powering off. And when these power off, it looks weird. They don't just shut down. The image would freeze and it would look like it's melting into white. It's pretty crazy, actually. So that's when you know your VTX is overheating. So maybe just take that into consideration and remember that next time you see something like that. Just know that your VTX is overheating. You might need to replace it, or you just might need to place it somewhere else. So overall, this looks nice. It looks promising. I'm going to be using this on a new build. I'll actually have a pre-built one with the same kind of connector, which I'll be using. It's running an Asgard and the Brother Hobby. I really like that quad, and I'm going to be sticking this guy on after we do the testing. So it's going to be pretty interesting and pretty cool. And well, that's it, guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you guys have any questions or any suggestions, feel free to let me know. And consider joining my Patreon. Help me support the mission. I have a lot more things that I'm going to be doing since I've gotten that workshop. All thanks to the Patreons. I'm going to be full-time now. Research, documenting, graphing, and all kinds of crazy new testing. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the channel and the videos. If you guys have any questions or any suggestions, feel free to let me know. And I will see you next time. See you guys. Take care.